Bonjour tout le monde, is I, Ribbon RX, and welcome back to more Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Last time we got our first partner, our D, up on our head, and we also have our first temporary partner, Margarita, who's, had a little few too many margaritas apparently. And now we're going to head back up to Viridian. Hey Ruben! Oh, just look at you and Eevee. You two are already looking like great partners, and I've got a great perfect gift for such a great team. Sportswear from your friend's big sister. Dee looks so happy. So welcome to Partner Play, where you can pet your Pokemon and feed them berries, but you can only do this with your partner Pokemon. In fact, I'm gonna feed it a raspberry right now. Look at how happy it is. Huh, Eevee seems like it wants to play. Don't forget to show it some love from time to time. Play with D has been added to the menu. So you can do that every time, but she also gave us some clothes, so if we open our clothing trunk in our bag, we can dress our Eevee to look just like us. And now, look at how cute she is, even though it's a he. So now we're going to run back up to Viridian City, with Margarita still going a little crazy. Now this man here is new. Thanks for helping out with that parcel. The Pokemon is a convenient chain selling all sorts of items. Here, I'll give you a sample. So she gives us a free potion which heals 20 HP from your Pokemon. If you use it in battle, it takes up a turn. Any item you use in battle will take up a turn. Now new is also this. Trainer sides have met. I'll battle you with my favorite Pokemon. We are challenged by youngster Ronnie, who sends out a Rattata. Now between episodes, I switched out my team a little bit. So Margarita's up front. So Margarita, let's try out your Vine Whip attack. So our defense fell. When your defense falls, when one of your stats falls, it goes down by 1/3, I believe. When your stats rise, it goes up by 0.5. They can be risen up to 6 stages and lowered up to 6 stages. But yeah, that was a trainer battle. We'll have a lot of those. Huh? You're looking pretty pleased about something. Oh, you beat another trainer? Good job. Well, since we're on this talk, Pokemon might have lost PP and HP. Heal them up at the Pokemon Center. It doesn't cost money. So now we're going to explore Viridian to its fullest. It's not a huge town. Nothing in Kanto is too big. Let's start with this man. Oh ho ho, so you're working on Pokétets, and I'll give you a piece of advice. Make sure you stock up on Pokeballs. Carry a lot of Pokeballs. This town is obsessed with balls. So this here, as he said, is a Pokemon Center. Oh, there's some interesting stuff. If you catch a lot of Pokemon, they'll be tucked into the Pokemon box. Feel free to read any of those magazines in the corner. If you've used what are called secret techniques, you can chop trees, open paths, light up dark places, and so fun. They can be... There's a Kanto secret technique, so we need to learn some secret techniques. Pokemon Center in every town ahead. In fact, Pallet Town's the only one without one. Margarita, that was a long time ago. Have you battled a trainer? Pokemon speed stats higher. Go first. You can always view the map, it's kind of pointless. You have a town map at all times. And this is where you rest your Pokemon with Nurse Joy and her Chansey partner. Like you said, it's free. You can do it as many times as you like. And it also heals your Pokemon box. If any Pokemon are hurt in your Pokemon box, it'll heal them as well. Now, real quick, Professor Oak had a letter from the Indigo Plateau, so I think it'd be great if we went and visited that Indigo Plateau, since they seem to have some connection with Professor Oak. So we will be going west out of Viridian City after we explore a bit more of town. You know there are actually two kinds of Caterpillar Pokemon? No. Caterpie has poison. No poison, but Weedle does. When your Pokemon aren't hit with Weedle's poison... What? Make sure your Pokemon aren't hit. Hello, Benchman. Hey, yo there, kid from Pallet Town. Very useful information. Shop does good business in Paralyze Heals. That's a status condition. We'll go over the status conditions in a second. Here, I want to show when you buy 10 Pokeballs, you get a bonus. 1 Premier Ball. Now, catching... Pokeballs have a 1 times catch for catch rates, and so do Premier Balls. There's just a bonus whenever you buy 10 Pokeballs at one time, you get a Premier Ball. Even if you buy 50, they'll give you 5 Premier Balls. Antidote heals poison, heals burn, heals ice, wakes the Pokemon up, and heals paralysis. I am going to grab one of every of these just to be safe. I do this every time I play a Pokemon game. You can also sell items, and because this game is so focused on catching, Pokeballs are much cheaper in this game than other Pokemon games. The catching mechanics in this game are completely different than other Pokemon games, so it'll be interesting to have to go to another Pokemon mechanic lesson when we change Pokemon games. So welcome to the Pokemon School, where study Pokemon type. Eevee is a normal type, but it doesn't have many weaknesses, but it is weak against fighting types. Yes, every Pokemon type has weaknesses and resistances. Normal has no resistances and only weak to fighting type. There are 18 types in the world. I'm a big trying to memorize all the notes. I will go over all of that. So on the blackboard it talks about status conditions. I'll go through them quickly. If you're asleep, you can't move, but your Pokemon will wake up in 1 to 3 turns. Burned, your attack stat gets halved and you will lose 1/16 of your damage in battle. Poisoned, you will lose 1/8 of your health in battle. Frozen, you can't move, but you have a 20% chance of thawing out every turn. Paralysis, you have a coin toss on whether you're going to attack, and if you can, you will not return. You will not come back. And let's see which one. Poison, there's also badly poisoned, where it will exponentially grow. You'll lose 1/16 and then 1/8 and then 3/16, and it just gradually grows like that. Alright, so Meridian City, the Eternal Green Paradise. Let's see what else we got. I don't think there's anything back here. Yeah. So up here we have a house. Coming up with nicknames is fun, but it's not easy to do. Clever names are nice, but simple names are easy to remember. Blah blah blah, you can change your nickname. Speary, that's a Spearow. Oddish. Blah blah blah, take out Pokemon. Viridian City Pokemon Gym. No, I don't. Oh my god, Margarita. You're really annoying right now. Pokemon Gym is always closed. The doors are locked tight. Interesting. So now over here, we have a tree we can't get past with a man behind it. Up here, I want to check something. I think I missed something when I first ever played this game. Yeah, look at Eevee's tail. See how it's waggling? As I get closer to this area. That means there's a hidden item on the floor. It's a potion. There's a lot of those. It's all based on Eevee's tail. He is your item finder. So if we head this way, we find Route 22, which has some new Pokemon in it. If we can find one. If we can find one. If we can find one. A Spearow. There's one. So there are some different encounter rates here than on Route 1, as every route has different ones. Here we can find Spearow 30% of the time. Vertagus 30% of the time. Nidoran female and Nidoran male, each one of them we can find 20% of the time. And the reason Nidoran male and female are different Pokemon is because in the original game, in Pokemon Yellow, Red and Blue, Green, Pokemon didn't have genders, and so they had 2 different gender Pokemon, and they evolved into different Pokemon, and that was the way they were able to do it back then. Nowadays it's a little weird since there's Nidoran female and Nidoran male, but also I can have a female Eevee and a male Eevee. Inept at flying high, especially, however, it can fly around very fast to protect its territory. So yes, I am going to try and find my 2 Nidorans. There's one of them. This is a Nidoran female. It is yellow. And by yellow, I definitely meant purple. So yeah, I used to be horrible at the whole Pokeball throwing thing. I've gotten better at it. But man, you should have seen me the first time I tried playing this game. It did not go well. Like I said, it took like 6 or 7 Pokeballs just to catch my partner Pokemon. Someone just fell over in my house. Or something was pushed over. You probably heard it. I hope the mic picked it up. Looking at the waveform, it looks like it did. Real quick, I'm going to change around my party a bit. I'm going to take out the other Bellsprout. I'm going to put in my Nidoran. And then I'll make one more choice when I get the other Nidoran. And the reason I'm catching all these Pokemon is there's catch required. I'll get over it more in probably part 4 or 5. But there are weird requirements in this game that I'm not a big fan of. In fact, there's a lot of stuff about Kanto I'm not a big fan of in this game, and I will go over those as they come up. Okay, well. Nothing hidden? Okay. But something interesting over here. Oh, hey, Ruben. Hoping we make it to the Pokemon League someday too, but that's where the strongest, they'll call it the Elite Four. I'm hoping to get a glimpse of them, but the guard won't let me in without any gym badges. So we need to collect gym badges, but the only gym we found is closed. But that's how we get to the Indigo Plateau. And now, his team is growing as well. He has found a Pidgey. So we are going to actually switch this out. Pidgey is a normal flying type. Flying resists grass and is super effective against grass. So actually starting off with my Margarita was not the best choice there, because my Vine Whip would not do that much damage. Whoa! Okay, so I've never played Let's Go Eevee, so I don't know much about what the Eevee sounds like and stuff, but holy crap. Eevee had a battle cry there. I don't know, I'll turn up the volume so you can hear it, but man. Ooh, that's something I want to change actually. That there, it's called Switch Battle Style. After a Pokemon faints, you can choose to switch your Pokemon out. It will tell you what Pokemon is coming out next, and it, I find, makes Pokemon games very easy, and because I am a well-established adult who plays Pokemon games, I'm going to turn off Switch Battle Style, so I do not have an easy time, because this game's fairly easy as it is, so I'm going to make it as difficult for me as I possibly can. Let's train hard someday, we'll both make it to the Pokemon League. So, that is a setting that I forgot to switch. Real quick, actually, if you look in the corner, if I shake my Joy-Con, something will happen. Eevee is proud and gives a contented smile. There are different points when Eevee will be able to do things like that. So if I go into my options menu and turn on to set battle style, now I will not be asked if I want to switch my Pokemon out. So if we click this, the water is moving gently. There he is, there's my Nidoran male. It is a darker purple as opposed to kind of the whitish purple from before. Look at that beautiful toss. Elegant. Grace. That is me. I am elegance. I am grace. So now this is going to seem like a weird choice, but it'll make sense later. Its ears are very large and kept upright. If it senses danger, it will attack with a poisonous sting. I am going to switch out my Pidgey for that other Nidoran. And it'll make sense later. I will explain it once the time comes. But I just feel Pidgey getting experience is not going to be useful to the completion of my Pokedex. So here's the front gate to the Pokemon League. So there are lots of Pokemon in this game. Only you don't even have a Boulder badge yet. We can't pass through. So I guess the only place we have now is to go north of Viridian. Now, so Pallet Town. Pallet is the name of... Pallet is like an array of colors. And every single Pokemon, or every single town in this game is named after a color. If I'm not mistaken, Viridian is green, and I'm probably mistaken, so I'll put it on screen. But, so when it says something about your adventure being colorful, starting up a color adventuring from a palette, that is part of it. Shake the second controller to calling a support trainer. Enjoy your adventure together. I'll talk about that later once, before, yeah. So welcome to Route 2. There are new Pokemon here that you can find. There's one of them there. So let me pull up my notes real quick. So this here is a Caterpie. Caterpie can appear 15% of the time. Pidgeys can appear 30%. Rattatas can appear 20%. The Oddish or the Bellsprout can appear 20% depending on your version. Oh, Pokemon can also drop items when you catch them, or you can find items while catching Pokemon. If you touch the feeler on the top of its head, it will release a horrible stink to protect itself. So some of the items it can drop are berries. It'll drop more items as it grows. I believe one of the more common, as the catch combo grows, it will drop better items. Some things that can drop are these things called candies, which will increase specific stats. It will take certain amounts of candies to increase their stats by 1 point. And then you can also get candies for each individual species chain of Pokemon, which I'll explain more what I mean by species chain as you go. And those will increase your Pokemon stats all by 1. Every single stat by 1. What that gave us is a Peanut Berry, though, which makes a Pokemon slightly less movie. So as you can see, like, Pidgey jumped a bit when we were catching it. The Peanut Berry will make it less jumpy. So Pokemon have a max number they can appear in each route. I believe this route you can have 3 Pokemon at once, maybe 4. We will see. Seeing how that Bellsprout disappeared, and here's the other one. So yeah, I believe this route is 3. Not sure of other routes, but only 3 Pokemon can appear at once. So this is a Weedle. This is the Pokemon that can appear 15% of the time. This is a bug poison type. It's what the camper... It's what that bug catcher was talking about in Viridian, that there's 2 different kinds of caterpillar Pokemon. Beware of the sharp stinger on its head. It hides in grass and bushes where it eats leaves. So, real quick, I forgot to mention, Margarita has another move I'd like to talk about, just because since it's a team member right now. Growth is a status move. Raises attack and special attack stats by 1. It's pretty decent for early on. But yeah, those are the Pokemon you can find here in Route 2. So now, if Pokemon uses a move that's the same type as itself, it gets a power boost, 1.5 times to be exact. Going to Viridian Forest is a natural maze in there. Be careful you don't get lost. And you know what? We will get lost, because that's what I do best. If you've watched my Pikmin, I am the greatest at getting lost. But we're not getting lost next time. Next time. This time. We are getting lost next time when we travel through Viridian Forest and make it through the rest of Route 2. Au revoir.